Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
All right, team. In this week's episode, we are going to cover a topic that is brought to my attention probably on a weekly basis. Coach, what supplements should I be taking? So we're going to cover all things supplements today. If you get some value out of this, please give us a rating and a review. It really helps get our message out to some new people. All right, enjoy this episode. All right.
Oh, the
song of our intro has a hilarious name, FYI. It's called Rip Pizza Orders, like R.I.P. Pizza Orders.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, we're live. What's
Welcome
up, guys?
back, guys. I'm Susie. This is Brandon, and you're listening to the CrossFit Max podcast.
Hey, guess what?
Chicken butt.
Today's our second year anniversary, wedding anniversary.
Yes, today is our second wedding anniversary.
Yes. Tell me your most favorite thing about me. Besides my amazing good looks.
That's tough then. No, I'm just kidding. Your thighs.
Wow. Okay. Let's get into today's topic.
No, my real favorite thing about you is your kindness.
Oh, wow.
I feel like you're kind to everybody you meet all the time. No exceptions. Even when you're annoyed by someone or annoyed by me, you're still kind. Like, you don't have a mean bone in your body. You're just kind. You're a kind soul.
Thanks, love.
Would you say the same about me? Just kidding. Everyone knows that I have a mean streak.
My favorite thing about you is your heart.
Oh.
How big
Is that my
and
booty?
how much.
I thought you were going to say my booty.
Definitely your booty, but how much you love.
Aww.
Yeah, you're a big lover.
I am a big lover.
Yeah. All right, moving on. You don't want to talk too much about me in this episode.
I feel like the last 4 episodes have been about you.
Have they? Yeah.
Well, I interviewed you, and then it was your birthday. Those were 2 Brandon shows.
Susie spoiled me for my birthday, by the way, guys. She took me to a really amazing restaurant called Gibby's in the old port of Montreal.
It was amazing. We ate well.
Best steak ever.
I regret my order, though. It wasn't that good.
Did you order this? Oh, you ordered the filet mignon. I ordered the rib steak.
I'm not a filet mignon person, but I didn't know that until now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Definitely, I wish I would have just gone with what I actually wanted to order, but the waiter was so convincing.
My mouth is salivating right now just thinking about that.
Honestly, I feel like the steak you cooked me on the barbecue at home was better.
Oh no.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm saying this out loud. It was,
Jeez.
my steak was like a 5 on 10, but it's just because I don't like filet mignon. Now I know that.
My steak was a 12 out of 10. It was so good.
It was your birthday, so I'm glad that you had a great time, and I learned something about myself.
Thanks.
Did not like my meal.
Well, you did spoil me, so thanks, babe. Can we go back there again?
No, because I didn't even like my meal. We need 3 more years to save up before we can go back.
I do have to say, it was kind of a weird situation. We were in the basement of the restaurant, and it was
loud.
Super loud. There was a bachelor party?
2 bachelor parties. Or 2 big groups of guys, but I mean, it must have been a bachelor party.
Yeah, it was pretty loud. And it's like a really nice restaurant in the old port, like very old.
To be honest,
looking.
we've had way better date nights at way less expensive restaurants.
Yeah, but not nearly as good food.
Yeah.
On my end, at least.
Yeah, your steak looked really good. The whole time you were eating it, I was like, I should have ordered that. That looks way better.
I think it was 22 ounces.
It was huge.
Oh, man, it's so good.
Anyway.
Okay, let's get into today's conversation. Today's topic is something that we get asked a lot about in person, and it's about supplements. People feel like this is like at least multiple times a week. People come up to me and ask me, what supplements do I take, or what supplements would I recommend,
or what supplements they should be taking. Or...
Yeah. Do you wanna lead the way on this? Do you want me to lead the way?
Well, I don't feel equipped to lead the way because I feel like let's just put a disclaimer out before this episode. I'm only going to speak on my personal experiences with these things. I have never done research on the topics.
Yeah.
This is more like anecdotal on my side of things. I don't actually have a ton of information or knowledge. And when people ask me at the gym, I often direct them to Brandon because I'm like, I don't know, ask Brandon.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say, okay, before we get into the actual supplements, what we'll do is we'll talk about supplements that we like to take.
Yep.
We'll talk about supplements we recommend people should take.
Yes.
And we'll also maybe talk about like little bonus supplements that I think could help certain people depending on their nutrition.
Yeah.
But before I go into that, I would love to talk about the mindset around supplements.
Okay.
And how I feel like it has more of a negative stigma around the topic of supplements. Would you agree with that?
Maybe. I don't disagree. I don't know. I'm not like deep enough in the supplement world to really know.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like there's more scarcity around supplements than there is more open-mindedness around them.
Well, scarcity, you mean, it's not scarcity. It's more, people are more scared. You mean, right? Scarcity would be like there's not enough supplements to go around.
Incorrect use of words.
So
can we edit that out?
Yeah, let's just edit that out because that was... Actually, I'm going to leave it in because it's funny.
There's more...
Fear surrounding the use of supplements.
Yes.
I'm definitely keeping that in.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Supplements, I know more. English.
There are more than enough supplements to go around, but people have a fear mindset. That I would totally agree. I think it's the fear of the unknown, and I think I fall into that category even a little bit.
I would say more than just the average person. More like most of the population has more of a fear around supplements.
Yeah. Whereas I think the mindset should be, this is a bonus to add to my life to optimize my health versus this is not a necessity.
Yeah.
Or it's not usually a necessity. Maybe there's things that we consider necessities because we use them all the time, but it's not. It's a supplement. That's like literally what the name means. You're supposed to supplement on what you're already doing in your life, and
or
you
missing.
should just and you should just see it as a bonus, like an add-on, not as a replacement for something else that you could get from like a whole food or whatever.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is also a really good point. You said like a whole food. So going into that whole topic of whole foods, I think where I look at supplements are things that we take or we already have naturally into our body and where we are lacking in certain areas. And this is where I like to dive into supplements. And just so you guys all know, I'm a big fan of supplements because I feel like there's so many benefits that you can get from certain supplements. And the reality is that I don't look at maintaining health as a baseline. I don't want to be average in my health. I want to optimize my health.
Right.
I try to bring my health to the next level, and I want to be as healthy as I possibly can. And I use certain supplements as tools to bring my health to the next level. And there are some that are really good for health purposes, but there are also some that are good for performance as well. So whether that's lifting heavier, whether that's feeling better in the gym, but everything that I take or everything that I say in this podcast is going to be all natural supplements that you can either get through almost all foods or you're lacking from lifestyle.
Okay.
So the first supplement that I think I would probably recommend to the average person, and I take it nearly every single day, is a protein supplement.
Right.
protein can be hard for most people to just consume the amount that they should be eating in a day.
It is hard to get an adequate amount of protein from your diet unless you're super dialed in with your nutrition.
Yeah. And you don't have to take a protein shake if you are consuming adequate amount of protein. And when I tell people how much protein they should be taking in a day, a lot of people are still surprised by how much protein they need to consume.
Right. So recap, how much protein should we be consuming?
For optimal health, I recommend between 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight or per pound of desired body weight. So if you're trying to lose 10 pounds, you're 150 pounds and you're trying to lose 10 pounds, base that number off 140 pounds.
Gotcha.
So you should be consuming about 140 grams of protein.
And if you take like a protein supplement and a protein shake, that's got about 30 grams of protein. So that's going to give you a nice head start on reaching that 140 grams in your example that you just provided.
Exactly.
Goal.
Yep. I recommend a whey isolate protein.
Okay.
The one we have at the gym is from 5 Star Formula.
Yeah.
This to me sits the best on my stomach, on my gut. I've tried plenty of proteins over, I don't know, I think I've been drinking protein since I was maybe 16 years old. So the last 14 years maybe.
Yeah.
I really like this one specifically. It sits well on my stomach. I've had other proteins. So an isolate means it's a higher purity of the whey protein.
Okay.
Whereas if you just get a non-isolate, so you just get, let's say, a whey protein, it's of lower percentage. And I think that number has to be below 90%. So they put in things in there for it to taste better. They have added stuff in there. And to me, I've always felt my stomach just gets a little bit irritated, I guess, or upset.
Nobody wants the protein farts.
Exactly, yeah. So I've tried many protein supplements over the last over a decade, and an isolate protein sits the best. It's more of a pure protein. It's fast digesting, so it's really, really great. You can take it throughout any time of the day, but specifically right after a workout, it's fantastic to take. It's easy to digest. It's quick absorbing. It's going to help you build muscle. It's going to help you keep fat off your body, and it's going to help deliver the protein that you're probably lacking throughout the day.
Right. And by taking a protein supplement after a workout, it's also going to prevent you from like snacking on something that you maybe don't want to be snacking on.
Yep.
Give you fill you up a little bit.
Yep.
Tie you over between meals kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I always recommend you do it after a workout,
right?
But it doesn't have to be after workout. A lot of people relate, okay, the protein shake can only be after my workout because that's what it's been said for many decades now, especially in the working out world, in the fitness world. But you don't have to have it right after your workout. You don't even have to have it on a day where you work out. You can drink it on a rest day. If you feel like on your day of non-physical activity, you don't train that day, but you still need to try to hit your adequate amount of protein that day, and you don't want to eat an extra chicken breast, and you want to drink a protein shake, you can drink a protein shake. There's no harm in it.
Right. And there are also tons of other ways to consume protein powder that's not in a protein shake. Yeah. You could also, like, something that I really like to do is like make oatmeal and put a scoop of protein in my oatmeal.
Yeah.
And it gives it a good flavor. I get protein with my carbohydrates, and I'm a happy camper.
Yeah. I mean, there's also baking you can do. Like, you can make protein pancakes.
Right.
You can throw it in muffins if you want to make some like banana muffins. I like
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's tons of baking options you can use the protein powder with as well, just to increase that protein level. So a protein isolate, or a whey isolate, is in my opinion one of the best supplements that you can go for.
Right. And if you're vegan, there are still great vegan options. Mm-hmm. It's just that we're not vegan, so we lean towards the whey isolate. But if you're a vegan, you should definitely be considering getting protein powder in your system, because you're probably having an even harder time than the average Joe to get your adequate amount of protein in your diet.
Yeah. Add on to that, because we have a few vegetarians, not vegans, but vegetarians at the gym. An isolate whey protein is vegetarian friendly, because it's not, they take it from the milk.
Right.
Yeah. Essentially what they do is they isolate the protein source from the milk. So it's not it's not from the actual cow itself, but they take it from the milk. So for all my vegetarians out there, and you're looking for a really good pure protein, I would highly recommend an isolate protein from a whey company. So 5 Star does a really good job. They taste really good. I mix it with water right after my shake. But again,
yeah, you're so good. You just always immediately after
it's
workout.
my favorite thing of the day. I'm like, yes, just hit a hard workout. Boom, now I get to drink this delicious shake. So
diligent as you.
Yeah. Okay, supplement number 2 is a creatine monohydrate.
Oh no, here we go
We've
again,
spoken
guys.
about this. We've spoken about this many times. I'm not going to dive too much into it, but a creatine monohydrate has been the most researched supplement over many decades now. It has shown an increase of strength, increase of power, increase of muscle mass, decrease in your fat. So if you want to have better results aesthetically, performance-wise, we're seeing tons of cognitive benefits now from creatine monohydrate. It is the way to go. I think every single person, whether you're training as an athlete, whether you're training high performance, or if you're just the average Joe looking to work out, I truly believe creatine monohydrate is a supplement that everybody should be taking, and we're seeing more and more research backing this. Susie, are you going to take your creatine monohydrate?
Yes.
It is a supplement, though, that we get through meat as well.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yep. So we get it from red meat. You can get it from fish as well. But it's not something that we're consuming enough of from meat. You'd have to consume
a ridiculous amount.
Like a ridiculous amount of meat. So it's not an unnatural, it's not a chemical that we're putting into our body. Everybody has creatine stored in their body. Just our creatine levels are subpar, I guess, from food. And especially if you don't eat a lot of meat, then they are probably extremely low. So taking a creatine monohydrate every single day is something that I would highly recommend, but it is a supplement that you have to take every single day for it to reap the rewards. If you take it 3 times a week, 4 times a week, essentially your body is going to not hold on to the creatine.
Okay.
The storage is not going to stay up there. Think of it like a sink, right? Like think that you need to fill up the sink. You need to keep it filled all the time or else it will drain. So yeah, creatine monohydrate is number 2.
Interesting. I didn't realize you had to be so like on it.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. You have to take it every single day if you want to reap the rewards. And I'll also add, a lot of people think that you need to front load it, or what's the loading? There's a loading phase. A lot of companies will say like do a loading phase where you take, I don't know, 2 to 3.
Double the dose or whatever. Yeah.
For X amount of weeks. I just say take it every single day. You don't have to load it up at the beginning. Just take it consistently every single day, and you'll see it'll be naturally in your body within the next month, 4 or 5 weeks. You'll start to it'll be at the normal state in your body.
Amazing.
Okay, supplement number 3, which is something that we should be getting a little bit more out of in our lifestyle, but it's really, really hard in today's society, is getting sunlight exposure on our skin, which can be really tough.
The vitamin D.
So vitamin D is definitely a supplement that I take every single day.
If you live in Canada, you should be taking vitamin D. We are not in Florida. We are not in Australia. The sun don't shine 365 days a year. We need the help that we can get. Because even if you're spending a ton of time outside, you're just not going to get enough.
Yeah. I mean, the average person is deficient in vitamin D.
This is something I take every day.
Yeah. So vitamin D is really, really, really important for our immune health, really important for our bone health, for our joints,
for your mood,
for your hormones,
for your mental health,
for your overall, exactly like you said, your mood. So vitamin D, in order for us to get enough vitamin D into our system, we need to have almost full body skin exposure at peak times of the day. So
for the sun.
I mean, with the summer we've been having right now, it's been pretty much rain every other day. But essentially, you need to be sitting outside in your underwear for 30 minutes minimum at like between, let's say, 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. and you need to stand up. You need to get that full body for about 30 minutes. That is probably unlikely for most people, especially for probably, I would say, 7 to 8 months of the year where we are in Montreal because of the weather, snow, cold weather.
Yeah, exactly.
And the reality is that most people just don't spend enough time outside. I mean, think if
people
you guys
are working from like 9 to 5, let's say, they're missing all the peak sun. And even if you are getting outside in the evening or whatever, the sun is not at its height.
Yeah, exactly. Just think, most people, you sleep throughout the night with your roof, obviously. You're sleeping in your home.
Most people don't sleep outside. Yes, correct.
And then you eat breakfast.
Yeah.
And then you get into your car, which also is blocking all the sun.
Yeah.
You drive to work, or you take the public transit to work, which you've received no sunlight exposure. You sit inside at an office for 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
You get in your car, you drive to the gym, hopefully.
Yeah.
Which is
straight
also
to CrossFit Max inside.
Which is also unfortunately covered with a roof. So now you've experienced no sunlight. And now it's like later in the evening, and if the sun is still out, which it probably isn't for most of the year, you're not getting any sun exposure on your skin.
Yeah.
So
it's ridiculous.
A vitamin D supplement is going to be great for you. I recommend, depending on the season, depending on how much sunlight exposure you get, it's really hard to, let's say, get too much vitamin D. So it's not a supplement that you need to worry about
overdoing.
You're not going to overdose on vitamin D. You would have to take an extreme amount. And even when I am getting peak sunlight throughout the day, like when I take the bike erg outside and I'll just bike for 30 minutes, I'll still take vitamin D on a daily basis.
Yeah,
so
and also you just get in the habit of taking it, so just keep taking it.
Yeah.
Because if you start thinking like, oh, it's sunny, I won't take it today, then you kind of get out of the routine.
Yep.
Just take it every day and commit to it every day and make it part of your routine. And that's going to make you be consistent.
Mm-hmm. So I would recommend anywhere. So it goes depending on the pill that you get, but essentially most of them are broken down into like 1,000 IUs.
Right. We sell them here at the gym.
Yeah. So I would recommend anywhere between, again, 2 to 5,000 so that's 2 to 5 pills. If you're someone who gets very, very little to no sunlight exposure, I would highly recommend you take 5 of them, and they're tiny, tiny pills.
Teeny, weeny. So
If
you
you're
don't even feel them going down.
Yeah. And if you're someone who gets a little bit more sunlight exposure, like myself.
Yeah, I only take 2 at the moment, but that's because I usually walk the dog at least 2-3 times a day in the sun.
Yeah, I take 2 as well in the summertime. The rest of the year I'll take 4. I'll take 4,000 IUs. So that is definitely something I recommend. And again, that's also a natural product. You get that from the sun, guys. You don't have to take the supplement if you get sunlight exposure. It's not a chemical you're putting into your body. It's something that you can get naturally. The next one I would highly recommend is an omega-3.
Omega-3?
Omega-3. This is something that you can get from fish. I don't particularly enjoy that much fish.
I bought some salmon today at Costco, so you're going to be eating fish.
Yeah. All right. I guess here we go.
I also got shrimp. Do we get omega-3s from shrimp?
I'm sure you get some, depending on the quality of the fish as well. But essentially, you get omega-3 from most fish. You can get some
eggs, right?
You can get some from eggs. Depends on the quality of the eggs. You can also get it from meat, depending on the quality of the meat.
But kind of just like we've talked about with everything, we're just not getting enough.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory, really, really good for your brain, really good for your joints, really good for your cardiovascular system. Again, it's something that you can get purely from good quality fish. I'm not someone that's going to eat a lot of fish throughout the week. Maybe we have at the most fish once a week.
Yeah.
If we're good.
I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to get that fish in our diet more.
Mm-hmm.
It's also easy to cook, which is convenient.
Yeah. So omega-3 is something that I would highly recommend. I take 3 grams per day, which is 3 pills.
I take 2.
These
pills,
I
not taking enough?
You can definitely up it. And again, guys, it's not a supplement that you can like overdose on.
No.
You would have to take an extreme amount. You would have to take like, let's say 30 pills a day for you to start like having like actual health issues.
Okay.
But maybe that's an over exaggeration. I don't know the actual number, but
also you should be giving it to your dogs.
Yeah, really good for your dogs. Yeah. It's a really good natural supplement that if you're not consuming, you should I would highly recommend you take it as a supplement.
And we sell it here at the gym. How convenient.
Well, I mean, we only sell products that we believe in. We're not going to sell things that we think people should waste their money on.
Yeah, we sell the things that we're personally taking.
Yeah.
And mostly because we want to get them for ourselves also at the same time. So we're like, we might as well provide for our community.
Absolutely, yeah. So omega-3 is definitely something that I would highly recommend. Anywhere between 3 to 5 grams, depending on how much fish you're eating.
So I got to up it. I've been only taking 2.
Slacking. I mean, 2 is better than none.
All right. I'll take it.
But you can definitely increase it.
Okay,
and
cool.
It would be beneficial for you for sure.
This is a great podcast episode for me, guys. Actually, Brandon has just decided he needs me to up my supplement intake. So he's done it under the guise of podcasting. But really, he's like, babe, you need to take more supplements.
Yeah. All right. The next one.
What's next?
The next one is an electrolyte.
Oh, I ride or die for the electrolytes.
Mm-hmm. So
you don't have to force this one on me.
Which we also sell Element at the gym, which we highly believe in.
It is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. There's 3 major electrolytes that probably most people are deficient in. And especially during the peak summertime as well.
Our sweaty folks.
When you're sweating more, you need to replenish your electrolytes. So we think of hydration as just like, oh, I need to drink more water. I need to drink more water. Yes, maybe you do. And water intake is also very, very important.
Yeah.
But it's also important that we hold on to the water. And sodium, like a good quality sodium, good quality potassium, and magnesium is going to be beneficial for holding on to that.
And that's
water.
why we love Element so much, because those are the 3 components of the Element.
Yes, yeah, the 3 main ingredients, which there's like 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and I believe is it 80 or 60 grams of 60 grams of magnesium. Yeah.
60 grams of magnesium. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, the benefit also, I know this is not the real purpose of it, but it tastes super good. And so then I drink way more water because I'm enjoying the taste.
Yeah. And that's
it's
a
like
2 for 1
piece.
Yeah. It's a 2 for 1, right? So you're actually consuming more water through it, and you're reaping the rewards of getting those 3 major electrolytes that aren't just important for optimal performance, but just optimal health in general.
Yeah. 100%. And if you're somebody who kind of starts to get like dizzy and stuff in workouts, this is definitely something you should be considering incorporating in your regular workout routine.
Mm-hmm. People get migraines often. People who
those are dehydration.
People who
symptoms.
are extremely like lethargic. Maybe you did a really hard workout the day before, and you're feeling like just like wiped out.
Your workout should be energizing you for the most part, not crippling you.
Yeah. And I feel like sodium has been victimized over the last probably 2 decades. And it's really unfortunate because our bodies absolutely need sodium.
Right.
The problem is that what we need to try to do is need to get good quality sodium. So instead of using table salt, you need to use like sea salt, pink Himalayan salt.
Himalayan salt. It's pink.
Another good one is kosher salt. So all these salts have really crucial and important minerals in them that are really good for our body.
Fantastic.
But table salt strips it, and it's like the most processed part of the salt. So it strips it from all the minerals, and unfortunately, like all restaurants and fast food places use a ton of the table salt because it's super cheap.
That's where it got its bad reputation.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people associate salt with like French fries, but it's like, no, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah. Sodium is not the enemy, guys. It's one of the major things that our body needs in order to just function normally.
Yeah.
Just to get up, to walk.
If you have never tried Element before, we highly recommend you try it. You'll physically feel the difference.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that tops it for like 5 supplements that I think most people should just take every single day.
What
or
about
most
collagen?
Day. Oh, well, I put this one as a bonus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's in the bonus category.
It's
Fair enough, but for me it's a daily.
Yeah, for us it's a daily thing. And there's other daily things in here that we're going to name.
Sorry, did I mess up your order? Now we're talking about collagen. I just jumped right in there. I was like, wait, come back.
So those 5 things: a protein supplement, a creatine monohydrate. Again, it's specifically calling out creatine monohydrate. All the extra special creatines out there, they're just kind of fluff right now. There's not enough research on them. Okay. They're a little bit more expensive. Just stick to a creatine monohydrate, a vitamin D,
omega-3,
and some sort of electrolyte.
Okay. So those are like, if you're not taking them, start tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to optimize your health.
Right.
Yeah.
If you give a shit.
I mean, also, like, if you're eating enough, let's say, protein throughout the day, then maybe you don't need to take a protein supplement.
Okay.
If you're getting enough sunlight exposure every day, maybe you don't need to take it. But
fair. But basically, we've just established on this podcast so far is you're not probably getting those things. We're talking to the average person.
Yeah.
Okay. So the average person, go get those supplements. Tomorrow.
You're
welcome.
If the average person took those 5 supplements on a daily basis, their health would skyrocket just like that overnight.
Amazing.
So
okay, moving on to the bonus. We're going to start with collagen because I said it already.
Collagen, yeah. So collagen is a protein source.
Yes.
But it's a very specific protein that the one we get is from
Costco,
yes, but we get it from beef. So essentially, it's the skin.
You didn't mean, you meant where the collagen's from, not the actual package where I buy it.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, I think we get the collagen from a cow or beef.
Yeah, there's a cow on the front, I think.
Yeah. And it's essentially it's the protein that they take from all the skin and everything of the cow. It sounds gross.
Ew.
But they turn it into this.
But it doesn't taste like anything, guys. And
unflavored.
No, I wouldn't lie to you.
You definitely
I would
know that.
never lie to you. It tastes like actually nothing. I put it in my coffee for real every single day.
If you guys do listen to the podcast frequently, then you know Susie's telling the truth. So
I'm very sensitive to flavors, okay?
Unflavored one. I've heard people take other collagens that are either flavored or have a bad flavor. The one at Costco, what's the brand?
Organica,
yeah. Throw it in your coffee. It doesn't
delicious.
taste like anything.
Delicious. I mean, like, it doesn't taste like anything. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I will ride or die for this collagen because I think I have really nice hair, and I'm grateful for the collagen for that.
Well, let's tell them what it does first.
Yeah. It makes your hair nice.
Yeah.
It makes your skin nice.
Yeah.
It makes your nails grow longer and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps your joints.
Yeah.
So the things that you can see, obviously, are like the skin, the hair, and the nails. So you kind of know it's working. Yeah. But what you also don't see is the work it's doing on your bones and your joints and stuff, which is so helpful when you're doing the amount of training that we're doing, for example.
Yeah. And what differs that from, let's say, like a isolate protein or the meat that you're eating? Essentially, the so when you consume protein, you break it down into amino acids.
Okay.
The amino acid profile from collagen is used more for your body for those things that you named: your skin, your hair, and your nails, and your tissues, joints. Like your joints and stuff like that. So that's why we recommend a collagen, because it is really, really good for your joints. We take it every single day. It's good for your skin as well, good for your hair and all that stuff. So this is like a bonus one. It also brings up your overall protein.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 grams. Yeah, 10 grams of protein that we take for that.
Per serving.
So that's the first bonus one that I would recommend.
I definitely recommend it to the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not taking collagen and you are having like thinning hair or cracking nails or anything like that, take collagen, give it 2 weeks. You're going to know some massive difference.
Oh, that's cool. The next one I would say is a beef organ supplement. Now, we talk...
It sounds so yucky, but it's not yucky.
In the marketing world, we talk about like these superfoods and all that stuff.
Right.
And one of the most nutrient-rich foods on the planet
is organ meat. Blech.
I hate cooking liver. I will not cook liver and eat it.
Brandon tried it once, and I couldn't even watch him eat it. It was so yucky looking.
There's maybe people on the podcast that love to cook it.
I'm so sorry if I offended you. If you like it, you are a special kind of human.
Yeah.
I wish I liked it.
Maybe there's some good recipes out there. Maybe some people are listening to this and they're like, "No, I have a really good recipe." And
I don't believe you. You're a liar.
No, I think they need to send that over because we need to try it. But
okay, I'm trying one, and that's it.
So I've tried cooking it one time. I never like to say that things don't taste good after like one attempt of cooking it, because I cooked it in a pan.
It didn't smell good either.
Oh yeah?
Or look good.
Yeah, I think it was more the look that was bothering me. But anyways, it is the most nutrient-rich food. It is packed with like essential nutrients that your body will thrive on.
This is so random, but this is why women eat their placenta.
I don't know.
You know, like that's what the baby in women when they're pregnant, they have when they have their placenta, a lot of women eat it. It's like organ meat. It's like so nutrient dense. It's crazy.
Did not know this.
Oh yeah.
This is so
weird. You want to eat my placenta one day when I have a baby eventually?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But people they'll keep it, they'll dehydrate it and put it in capsules, kind of like we were talking about. We take the supplement in capsules.
Exactly. Yeah. So the capsule format doesn't taste like anything.
Are you just visualizing eating my placenta right now? Brandon's looking at me with a very traumatized face. He's like, I don't know where to go from here. People do it. I swear. Yeah. It's a thing. Google it.
So beef organs.
Yes.
Heart, liver, kidneys, brain. If you can get it in a supplement format, highly recommend.
Yeah. And supplement format, what we're talking is like it's in a capsule. Like you just take it like a pill. You don't taste anything. It's not weird. It doesn't smell. Yeah. It just goes right down the hatch.
Yep. Super good for you.
Amazing.
Next one, on the flip side, I'll say is maybe a greens supplement. Now, green supplements.
Greens. Oh, I thought you said grains.
No, greens, like a veggie green.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry.
If you're someone who doesn't enjoy
vegetables
and has a hard time consuming vegetables, this is a good option. And I would definitely say over the last 10 years, the taste of veggie greens has significantly increased.
Their magic scientists have just cracked the code of making these things taste completely not like they're supposed to taste.
I remember taking my first greens, I don't know, over a decade ago, and it just tasted like literal vegetables. No, it did not. It tasted like dirt. Yeah. Yeah. It was bad. There are some really good products out there that they have significantly improved over the years, and they've gotten way better. You can get like fruit punch flavored one now or something. Yeah. And it just tastes like pineapples or something. I mean, they probably don't look that great.
No, it definitely looks like you're drinking sludge.
Yeah. But if you're someone that is under consuming essential nutrients for your body to optimize your health.
Yeah, you need those micronutrients, guys. You need those.
Throw that in there with your glass of water in the morning before your coffee, and then drink your coffee after. Like it's a really good option for you to boost your overall health.
Yeah.
And then I got one more here that I spoke about in last week's podcast, and that is pre-workout. There's been a lot of negative surroundings on pre-workout, and I would say because pre-workout has been marketed towards like the meatheads, the bodybuilders.
So true.
And maybe it seems more intimidating for a lot of people, for the average person, and specifically probably for women as well, I would assume.
Yeah. I've never even been curious about it because it just felt like it wasn't for me.
Yeah. Which, again, if you did hear me, I'll repeat this, but there's 3 major ingredients in pre-workout.
Yeah.
There's caffeine, which we all know caffeine gives us a nice little energy boost. I would recommend you check how much caffeine is in the pre-workout. So depending on which pre-workout you get, but most people listening to this podcast probably drink coffee, and they're not scared of the caffeine in coffee. They're probably drinking coffee because of the caffeine. Same thing goes for pre-workout. So there's the caffeine boost from a pre-workout. And then there's 2 other ingredients, creatine monohydrate, which we've spoken about.
Yeah.
And there's beta-alanine. Beta-alanine essentially helps with the lactic acid buildup when you're exercising.
Like that burning sensation.
That burning feeling in your quads when you're doing a ton of air squats.
Okay.
Or when you're doing a bunch of push-ups and your chest is burning. Beta-alanine is going to help push through that and not feel that burn as much.
Okay, it's going to like increase your tolerance to the burn.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So those 3 major ingredients combined are going to help you want to smash more weights. It's going to allow you to do more repetitions. It's going to allow you to lift heavier for longer. So all these things are going to naturally give you a bigger boost in your training.
Like if you want to optimize your workout performance.
Yes. Yeah.
Pre-workout is something you could definitely try.
Yeah.
And it's not a mandatory thing. It's just like a little bonus.
Yeah. And all 3 of those ingredients are natural supplements. Beta-alanine is something we all have in our body, but when we start to add a little bit more beta-alanine through a supplement, the symptoms of that at the beginning, because you're not used to it, will be a little bit of itchiness, let's say, and a little bit of added heat like overall temperature to our body.
Yeah, that's what spooked me when I took it the first time, because you didn't warn me. And so then I felt like almost like my skin was itchy and I was getting hot, and I thought I was having an allergic reaction to it.
Yeah.
Turns out that's not the case.
Yeah.
And Brandon says after you take it for like consistently, that symptom goes away, but I've never committed to it long enough. So I just got spooked, but don't get spooked, guys.
Yeah. And
give it a chance.
And what I would highly recommend for anyone taking a pre-workout or thinking that, hey, I just want like a little bit of an energy boost to be able to perform a little bit better in my workouts, I would just recommend take half a scoop. Whatever the scoop is in your pre-workout container, just take half at the beginning.
Good idea.
And like adjust to it. Your system will adjust to the beta alanine. It is something like creatine that you want to take more consistently, but if you get a little bit itchy, it's totally fine. Don't panic. It's part of the reaction or the symptom that your body is reacting inside to the extra beta alanine that is put into the system that it's not used to.
And if you're like Brandon, you're just going to get hyper and funny.
Yeah.
Brandon gets all like goofy right after he takes his pre-workout. He gets all like a kid. You're like, let's go. I'm so excited to do my workout. Yay. Bouncing off the walls.
I mean, I take pre-workout almost every single day because I work out almost every single day, but it's one of those things that have been looked at in like a scary way.
Yeah, and I had that experience, so I feel you if you're having that thought process, but fear not.
Yeah. So that kind of concludes the list of things that we would recommend, things that are maybe on the bonus side.
I
wanted to add one other thing in there, and that's BCAAs.
Oh yeah,
because people ask me this all the time about this.
I don't know why people are so obsessed with BCAAs.
Well, they've been marketed really well. They taste really good.
Yum.
So BCAAs, guys, stands for branched chain amino acids, which, again, I spoke about before. When you consume protein, you break protein down into amino acids. So if you consume, let's say, enough protein throughout the day, then the BCAA is not going to do like anything at all.
Okay.
If you're not consuming enough protein and you supplement with a protein source that's going to help you get to that marker, then you also don't need to take any BCAAs. There's no negative benefit or side effects of drinking BCAAs. If it makes you drink more water, great.
Do it.
It's just one of those supplements that I would rather consume through food and or
other supplements.
My protein supplement, that BCAA essentially becomes a waste of money. So
if we're going to eliminate one supplement, that would be the first one to go.
That would be the first one to go. Now,
you could get way better benefits from taking something else. Prioritize the other things that we talked about.
Yeah. I just think it's just kind of a waste of money from my wallet.
Okay.
But I wanted to just cover that because I get that question asked all the time as well.
Although if you're like me and you don't drink enough water, and if you put that yummy powder in your water and it makes you drink more water, go for it.
No harm.
Do it.
Only good things.
Amazing.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to just say is that just do your own research on these things. Just do a Google search. Figure out how these things could help benefit you. Maybe I didn't do a great explanation on certain things.
No, you did a great job, sweetie.
We kind of pushed through these things relatively quickly. But the best thing to do is just search it up. Google search.
I learned a lot the last hour together.
And just a reminder that these supplements are meant to help boost your overall health. Like I would definitely say, like I said, we have that fear factor around the supplements, but just a reminder.
Scarcity.
Just a reminder that Coca-Cola is terrible for your body.
Like literally cancer in a bottle.
Sodas, terrible for your body. Alcohol, terrible for your body. So try not to look at these supplements as this whole like thing that's going to destroy your life and ruin your organs and your intestines and everything like that. Like
we know you're drinking wine on the weekend, so shut up about the creatine, okay?
like all these supplements are.
That's what you're trying to say, right?
Kinda, in a nice way. Remember what you said about me being kind?
Yeah, Brandon's giving you the kind and I'm giving you the straight version.
Yeah.
Well, we know what you do on the weekends. So eat your damn protein and eat your damn creatine and stop whinging.
These supplements are meant to boost your overall health. And if you're not sure, just Google them, guys. Just do your own research.
Yeah. And if you are ready to start taking them, purchase them from CrossFit Max.
Yeah, we pretty much, what do we have? We have the Omega, we have the vitamin D, and we have the protein, and we have the element. Yeah. Those 4, I mean, we take them almost every single day.
Every single day, both of us.
And that's why we sell them at our gym.
Yeah. Well, that's why we picked those things to sell, because we wouldn't sell you something that we didn't believe in.
Exactly.
Okay, we got to talk about our client of the week.
You want to shout him out? He deserves this.
Our client of the week this week is Fredu.
Woohoo! Yo, Fred's been killing it the last couple weeks.
Fred has been so committed the last few weeks. He's been showing up for all his workouts, even on like awkward hours, because he had to work out at 5 p.m. yesterday, and usually he's a morning workout kind of guy. He has just been crushing it.
Good attitude.
Hitting PRs.
Yeah.
Just overall, he's so fun to have in the class. He's just super social, talks to everybody, loud, smiley.
He's a big bear.
He's the cutest. I just want to cuddle him every day.
Yeah.
He's so cuddly.
Yeah. Super friendly. He's been smashing in the gym. Good job, Fred. Keep it up, dude.
We love you, Fredu.
All right. That concludes this episode. We hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you guys give us a rating and a review. Our podcast has been getting out to some fun new people. We've had people reach out to us.
We've had people reaching out to us from across Canada.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about that in our banter topic next week.
We'll save it for next week.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Talk to you later.
Bye.
See ya.